Welcome back to the SAGU Sports Network. John, we're ready for the second half where the Southwestern Christian Eagles are down 2.
And there you see the first half game stats. This is a tightly contested game, Adam.
It is. And as we mentioned going into halftime, it may be a defensive struggle, but both teams having a hard time finding their rhythm on offense. A lot of missed shots and a lot of turnovers.
I would say it like this. It's a defensive battle. Both teams are battling defensively, causing an offensive struggle, and you can see it right there. Field goal percentages really yielding that out. That's the story. A lot of well, you don't see that in the stats, but a lot of easy shots missed by both teams.
20% for SCU, 26% for the Lady Lions. Just a rough night so far for both offenses, but we are underway here for the second half as the Lady Eagles will have the first possession. Three-pointer on the way, no good. That was by Freimeyer. Lexi Rich with the rebound. Here is Rich. Guarded by Freimeyer. Cross-court pass to Glenn. She's been feeling it tonight. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound brought in, but then a loose ball brought in by Diggles. Diggles hits the mid-range jump shot. An awkward rebound there by Johnson. Got her feet tangled up with, it looked like Jans, and just lost possession and found Dottie Diggles. And she hit that mid-range jumper. Makes it look easy, does Dottie Diggles. Running layup no good from Freimeyer. Rebound brought in by Diggles. Leaves it for Glenn. Now she's up ahead. Kiera Glenn guarded by Vistal. She's driving, kicks it out to Martin. Martin thought about it. Leaves it for Rich. Rich is going to drive baseline. She gets cut off by Freimeyer. That ball out of bounds. Lady Lions keep possession with 9 on the shot clock.
Good defense played by the Eagles down there, using the baseline to be the extra defender. You can tell this team is well coached. They do a lot of fundamental things the right way.
Ebony Colbert takes a mid-range jumper at the end of the shot clock. Can't beat the buzzer, doesn't fall. Here come the Lady Eagles up ahead. Here's Freimeyer, leaves it for Vistal. Vistal drives on Rich. Right-handed runner, no good. Rebound brought in by Dottie Diggles. Took it out of the hands of Vistal. And here is Rich, gets it back to Colbert. Wasn't expecting the pass.
Colbert looked surprised by the pass back.
Colbert drives,
converts,
rims around and falls. Ebony Colbert having her first bucket of the evening. 25-19. Now the lead for the Lady Lions. Here's Freimeyer, gets it out to Jans. Almost stolen away by Colbert, but driving now is Tully. The floater up, no good. Offensive foul drawn by Kiera Glenn. Took the contact, went down, and the Lady Lions.
And you can see it right here. She gets a good head of steam. Oh, yeah. Kiera Glenn getting good position, standing still. That is the correct call.
Ebony Colbert to inbound it. And here comes Kiera Glenn. Lady Lions leading 25-19. Colbert now with it. She's going to take a three-pointer. No good. Well short. Off the hands of Ebony Colbert. Rebound brought in by Alora Johnson. That's her 13th rebound already on the night by Johnson.
Wow.
Just dominating the glass. Dottie Diggles blocking the shot and then gets called for a foul. And Johnson's going to go to the line here for 2. Dottie Diggles doesn't agree with that call. We'll have a good look at it here, John.
Well, it didn't get called on Diggles, so she can relax. That was obviously Lexi Rich getting her hand in. She got caught in the cookie jar. Not around it, not smelling it, but hand in the cookie jar.
First free throw from Johnson is no good. And there you see Lexi Rich, who just picked up her second foul of the night. Second free throw from Johnson's good. 1 of 2 that trip for Alora Johnson. Here is Kiera Glenn. She's led the offense tonight for the Lady Lions. 10 points for the freshman, Kiera Glenn. Martin going down low to Diggles.
Diggles setting up.
Can't hit that turnaround jumper.
And she's not in her usual place. Normally she plays directly over the top of the front edge of the rim. And she's been coming in at some odd angles.
Mackenzie Martin finally gets a three-pointer off, and it's good. That one,
well, yeah,
contested.
It doesn't matter that she's proven she can handle any defense in her face and still make those shots. What is a little strange is I believe that's her first three-point attempt tonight.
Has not been there. The offense for Mackenzie Martin just hasn't had the opportunities. But so far, she's making the opportunities count. That is her first bucket of the night.
Well, that could also be a offensive strategy by Coach Phillips, and use the first half to create some low position, easy scoring, so that you're not expecting it. And just like that, she got a good look on the outside.
Vistal loses possession of that one, and it goes out of bounds. Checking back into the game for the first time here in the second half, Brooklyn Judkins.
Brooklyn Judkins, and we just met, I believe, her aunt and
uncle came up to the what we affectionately call the skybox to check out the view that we have up in the crow's nest. Judkins, a left-handed shooter. Rebound brought in by Mackenzie Martin off the shot of Mackenzie Jans. Long pass ahead. Diggles bringing it down, kicks it to Colbert. Colbert for three, no good. And that would have been a big bucket for the Lady Lions. Would have put them up 9.
I believe that makes Colbert 0 for 4 tonight. Leading the last 3 games leading up to this, Ebony has been shooting the 3-ball very, very well, just not falling tonight for her.
There you see Judkins getting stripped by Lexi Rich. Judkins with it now. Gets it over to Morley, swings it back to Jans. Here's Judkins guarded by Kiara Glenn. Freimeyer gets swatted by Dottie Diggles. Another block for Diggles. Up ahead, Colbert has Glenn. Glenn's going to get fouled. Can't convert the layup, but will get 2 free throws this possession. And you got to like the decision. Do you want the pass to come a little earlier from Colbert here, John? Is it maybe a little too deep at that point?
I tell you what was happening there is that Kiara couldn't really create the great angle for a good pass, so Colbert couldn't quite see her. If you could see that in the replay here, watch the defender gets in. Now, well, she did have an early chance to get that, so I think Colbert should go up strong left-handed and convert that.
Kiara Glenn hits the second free throw, 1 of 2 from the line there for Glenn. 7-point ball game. The Lady Lions lead. Here's Freimeyer with it. Freimeyer driving, gets cut off by Colbert. Good pass in the corner. Here is Judkins for 3, no good. Martin tips the rebound to Colbert. Now Colbert up ahead. She's going to stop and try to reset some offense here. Here's Rich in the corner. Glenn for 3 from the corner. Short, no good. Rebound brought in by Johnson. Her 18th rebound tonight, John. She's on pace for, I'm not even going to try to do the math. She's on pace for, I would say, at least 25 rebounds this game.
Oh, yeah.
Is Johnson.
Very easily, especially the way they've been missing on offense. And if she can get just a few of those in offensive rebounds, which I'm sure she will.
Freimeyer gets it back over to Judkins, who kicks it to Morley, going down low to Johnson here, trying to get her going down low, guarded by Diggles. The spin around hook shot, no good, tried to put it up, and the rebound brought in by Dottie Diggles. Here is Glenn looking to set up some offense using the Mackenzie Martin screen, leaving it for Meter. Meter's going to take a 3. That one's well off. Another rebound by Johnson. Not the kind of offense you want to see here.
Yeah, I'd like to see Meter exercise just a little more patience on that. The 3-point is not her specialty. She is a good slasher and can put the ball on the ground and drive in. I think her percentage would go up significantly if she just attacked just a little bit more.
Here's Glenn after the miss by Johnson, and she leaves it for Lexi Rich. Here is Rich, uses the Diggle screen. Has to leave it for Glenn. They've got 7 to shoot. Glenn kicks it out to Meter. There you see Meter putting on the ground, going up strong with it. And then an offensive foul is going to be called on Meter. And if that is, it is. Mackenzie Jans draws her 5th offensive foul of the game.
And this is what I'm talking about. She dribbles well and she can get in. She just not clear in her mind what she wants to do with the ball ahead of time, making decisions after she's already committed herself to trouble. So those are the things that she's going to have to look out for and grow past, which I am sure she will. Coach Phillips, Coach Hill will get her there.
Judkins' entry pass down low to Johnson is knocked away, but it's going to be a foul on Kiara Glenn. Here you're going to see it. Trying to get it down low to Johnson, battling for position, and Kiara Glenn just gets that left arm hooked under Johnson and gets the foul called. And that is just her first foul of the game. Long 2 on the way. No good. Rebound brought in by Rich. Blake and Johnson with that 3-point attempt. Here's Meter from the corner for 3. It's good. Sydney Meter breaks up a long scoring job for the Lady Lions with a 3-pointer after she struggled so far to start the night from 3.
Well, that's a pretty good thought, and I'm sure Coach Phillips is very happy to hear you say that the Lady Lions are up 10 in a scoring drought.
32-22, the Lady Lions easily their largest lead of the night, and that is 10. And Southwestern Christian just has not done a good job of scoring. Just 3 points so far here in the third quarter. And we are about 2.5 left to play here in the third quarter. Diggles another block up ahead now. Here's Meter. She's got Martin to her left. She's going to go all the way. Sydney Meter up and in. And there you see it, the slasher.
Yeah, and that's what she does so well. Although she did convert a 3-point shot there in the corner. And she can get those, but I think her percentage is going to be much stronger the closer she gets to the basket.
Turnaround jumper from Morley, no good. Rebound brought in by Meter. Now they're fighting for it. It's going to be a jump ball that's going to go the way of the Lady Lions. Sydney Meter getting scrappy down there on the floor.
And this is good to see. And her offense, her good offensive play last couple of possessions are getting her charged up, and we're seeing her get more and more active in the defensive role.
Here's Glenn. She cuts, and she gets an easy look. There you see the speed of Kiara Glenn to get around the defender and get an easy look at the basket.
She is so fast. Very quick off that first dribble.
Kiara Glenn with 13 points for the Lady Lions. As Southwestern Christian needs a bucket here desperately. Morley gets it to Vistal. A long 3 from Vistal, no good. Rebound brought in by Meter. Now she's up ahead, leaves it for Kiara Glenn. And the Lady Lions in transition are dangerous. Long pass, Martin for 3 in the corner. It's good. Mackenzie Martin takes the feed from Kiara Glenn and puts the Lady Lions up 39-22.
Great recognition by Kiara Glenn, the freshman point guard, to see that Kenzie Martin, best shooter on the team from long range, is wide open. Even though you saw Lexi Rich cutting down, it was you had the numbers, so you play the numbers. And really, I tell you what, I'll take a Kenzie Martin 3-point shot than most of these layup
I was just about to say, a wide open Mackenzie Martin with the way she's shot this season, that's essentially as guaranteed as the layup from Martin.
Yeah, she is, for those of you that don't know the statistical history for this season, she's almost at 46% shooting from the 3-point line.
Phenomenal season shooting for Mackenzie Martin. She's got 6 points on the evening. 2 of 2 from 3 for Martin. Kiara Glenn picks up her 3rd assist of the night. 1 minute left to play here in the third quarter. as Southwestern Christian still only has 3 points in this third quarter. They should have their 5th. Good pass.
Good
from
cut.
Jans.
Good cut right there in recognition by Jans to see that. And if they could execute more of that, they'll chip away at this big lead.
Lexi Rich tried to get it down low, but she's going to find it back in her hands, and she hits the left-handed layup.
The
Lexi
Lady
Rich.
Lions have found a solution to the Eagles, the Lady Eagles' defensive prowess from the first half.
Mid-range jumper no good by Tully. Lexi Rich up ahead to Kiara Glenn. Glenn leaving it for Diggles. Up and in, and the Lady Lions are rolling.
And that's what we say. Dottie Diggles with the delicate drop.
Long three, no good in the hands of Johnson. She's going to beat the buzzer, but can't get it to fall. And the Lady Lions are going to go here into the fourth quarter, up 19 in what was a tightly contested game here through about 2.5 quarters. The Lady Lions have just blown the doors wide open here, John.
Yes, they performed this third quarter in just that third quarter better than they actually performed in the first two together. So if that gives you any perspective of how well that quarter went for them, they scored more points by actually, I think, 1 point. So, yeah, that would have put them – they scored 22 points in the third quarter and just 21 points in the whole first half.
And, of course, the defense held Southwestern Christian to just 5 points there in the third quarter. So not only good offense to end that third quarter, but great defense, again, to hold the Lady Eagles to just 5 points in a quarter.
Yeah, that was a very tough quarter for the Lady Eagles. And Mackenzie Martin has moved up to number 5 in the nation. She scaled the ladder by 5 positions since last week this time. She was number 10, now number 5 in the nation in 3-point field goals made.
Freimeyer driving hard on Kiara Glenn, gets the layup up and in. Kiara Glenn wanted a foul. And here I was about to say, John, do you think Southwestern Christian goes to the full court defense? The Lady Lions have struggled this season against the full court press. Mackenzie Martin with a quick three, no good. Rebound by Bree Wells. Bree Wells gets it back up and in, and the foul. Count the bucket. Bree Wells enters the game and makes an impact right away.
Wow, and interesting. Not sure why we didn't see Bree Wells in the first half. Maybe I missed it, but she's a powerhouse on offense and defense for this team. And that's what she can do. She can come in and make a good impact. Very positive move when you put the Wells sisters in.
She's going to give Dottie Diggles a break here, maybe to just start the fourth quarter. But she starts the fourth quarter off with a bang. Left-handed layup, no good. That time by Morley. Here's Glenn now. Gets it out to Martin. Back to Glenn. Lexi Rich a long three, no good. Meter almost comes down with the offensive rebound, but it's brought in by Mackenzie Jans. And up ahead, here is Vestal. Leaves it for Freimeyer. Freimeyer driving. Gets fouled. We're going to see who they're going to call this on. That could be Lexi Rich's third foul. No, they're going to call it on Sydney Meter. Meter's third foul of the evening.
Her third foul.
Yeah, actually got caught probably in the wrong place at just the right time and took a gamble, put her hand in the cookie jar, and the referee had nothing to say, but that's a foul, young lady.
Freimeyer, 2 of 2 from the line. The Lady Lions break this full court press. Leaving it for Lexi Rich. Rich looking to set up some offense. Good patience being shown by Rich. Down low to Kiara Glenn. Layup no good. Rebound brought in by Johnson. That's her 21st rebound of the night. Johnson thought about three. She's going to drive, kick it out. Here is Morley for three, no good. Jans chases the rebound down, finds the cutting Vistal. Vistal is going to get fouled by Lexi Rich, and she's going to go to the line here for two. That's Rich's third foul. Got to be careful now. Lexi Rich in a little bit of foul trouble.
Her third foul.
Vistal's first free throw, no good. And in comes Atunwa for Mackenzie Martin. Ava Atunwa, we haven't seen her since the first half. There you see the line on Kylie Vistal. 4 points, 2 rebounds, looking for her 5th point so far tonight. And it's up, and it is good. Kylie Vistal goes 1 of 2 that trip from the line. Atunwa leads it for Meter. Up ahead, here's Glenn. Collision on the sidelines. And that ball just ruled out of bounds. No foul called. It's easy to want a foul, John, on a play that looks like this, a collision on the sideline. I think that's a good no call.
Yeah, good no call.
There's Meter down low, finds Atunwa. Atunwa waits and misses the layup, gets it back up, and still no good. And then the rebound ultimately brought in by Johnson. Up ahead. Driving, no good. Lexi Rich brings down the rebound. Johnson wanted a foul. Long pass ahead to Glenn. Glenn hauls it in. Mid-range jumper up and in. Kiara Glenn, 15 points.
She made that look easy, but that was a very difficult pass catch over a defender. Brings it down, one dribble and quick shot. She really made that look easy.
Timeout, SAGU.
SAGU is going to take a timeout, and they're up 48-29. The lead remains at 19. And John, 7:45 left to play here. What do you tell your squad if you are Coach Arthur here down 19? The game is not necessary. It's not over yet. We've seen bigger comebacks in this season. But with the way the Lady Lions, maybe they struggle against that full court. What do you tell your team?
Well, we don't have enough information, and our scouting report up here on the Lady Eagles hasn't confirmed with me that there's a adequate full court press that's going to happen. And what we've seen where the Lady Lions actually struggle are those teams that are super quick, have a lot of endurance, and come in the fourth quarter with full court trap style or man-to-man presses.
What a pass up ahead. Here's Atunwa, and Atunwa's going to get nabbed for a travel. She had the wide open look.
Yep.
You'll be able to see it here.
And she'll come down with it 1, 2, dribble, 1, 2.
Too many steps.
And you got to go right up with it when you're in your second step. So she gets nailed for the travel, and then lets her man beat her on defense, and she's just got to get her head back in the game.
Freimeyer, Carly Freimeyer with that easy layup, cuts the lead down a little bit here. Here is Glenn. Trying to find Lexi Rich, but that pass was broken up by Kylie Vistal. That's a good job there of recognizing the offense, recognizing the pass, and breaking it up. Here's Glenn. She's going to drive, get to the basket, gets blocked by Morley. Lexi Rich takes a long three, and she's going to get fouled and go to the line here for three. Right at the buzzer, you saw her. It looks like she got slapped on the hand as she took that three-point shot.
That's a heartbreaker for the Eagles. But you've got to be careful when you're charging like that. And I think that maybe I would have let that go if I was reffing, but they had a little better vantage point than I did.
First free throw from Rich is good. Free throws number 2 and 3 coming her way. Second free throw from Rich is good. You got to think a shooter as good as Lexi Rich and takes as many three-pointers. Loves the chance to get a little closer and take some free throws. Rich's third free throw, no good, and the rebound brought in by SCU, 50-31.
I tell you that Coach Phillips has got to be tickled to death to know that her team's winning by 20, around that number. without the production of her leading scorer. Lexi Rich just hasn't scored a whole lot. She's done a lot of other things very, very well tonight. Distributing the ball, just keeping everybody in order, being a good floor general, assisting Kiara Glenn. A lot of intangibles executed tonight by Lexi, but not scoring. And when you can have your leading scorer for the season get out of sync and you still go up by 20, that's a good sign.
Here is Sydney Meter, second chance three-pointer on the way, no good. Atunwa goes back up for the rebound. They're going to get her for an over-the-back call here. That's going to be, again, on Ava Atunwa.
Let's see if she gets a push. The only way this is over the back is if she extends. She doesn't. She just releases and goes straight up. Again, I understand that the referees are trying to make a good game, and that's part of the referee's agenda, is to always referee a good competitive game. It's not that they're leaning one way or the other, but sometimes they get a little more sensitive.
Three-pointer on the way from Lakin Johnson, no good. Lexi Rich brings in the rebound, her 10th of the evening. And now looking to kill some clock here, leaves it for Kiara Glenn. Glenn, who's had a fantastic night, 15 points, 4 assists for the SAGU point guard. Here's Diggles. Diggles driving baseline. She's going to get fouled. She's going to go to the line here for 2.
I really like seeing Dottie Diggles work that baseline just like that. Pump fake, got her defender off her feet, and then makes the good, solid baseline move. Very aware of where the other players are, goes up strong. Very reminiscent of Charity Page.
Charity Page, of course, is one of the assistant coaches for Coach Phillips, as well as former SAGU player Taylor Hill. Diggles goes 0 for 2 that trip from the line. Bree Wells tries to chase it down, but it ultimately ends up out of bounds, and it's going to be Lady Eagles ball with 5:19 left to play in the game. Laura Johnson checks back into the game. As you said, this offense runs through Johnson, and she just hasn't been able to get going tonight. She is their leading scorer tonight, but only has 9 points. 9 points and 21 rebounds. Does Johnson. Jan stepping through, gets blocked by Diggles, but it's going to be a foul. And I think they're going to get Diggles on it here. We'll take a look at it.
Her third foul.
Well, she leans forward with the hand right there. Looked like she got a lot of ball, but I think just because the way it looked, her arms coming over means that her body is leaning forward, and just anticipation called by the ref. A little extra body than what was needed on that shot.
Jans hits both free throws. Here is Lexi Rich. They got to get it up past half court. Long pass ahead. Here's Bree Wells. Easy layup off the dish from Sydney Meter. Bree Wells, 5 points.
And you saw a full court press right there, but the Lady Lions dissecting it very easily. And that is something that they are growing in. It's very hard on a young team to know where to be in offense against a press, but they've seen that press a lot of times this year, and they're really trying to turn around that part of their ball game. Credit Coach Tiffany Phillips for putting up good practices and working on the right things. Looks like the Lady Lions have turned it around.
Carly Freimeyer goes 2 of 2 from the line that trip, 10 points. She is now the leading scorer on the evening for Southwestern Christian. The Lady Lions get it up ahead. That ball poked away from behind by Vistal. Lady Lions keep possession. Lexi Rich to inbound it. Long pass to Glenn, guarded by Vistal. Bree Wells was looking down low to Dottie Diggles, just a turnover.
Yeah, she looked down the wrong side of the lane there. Diggles was set up to receive it from the left side, and Wells got to recognize which side of your defender is going to be the best for the entry pass.
Kiara Glenn gets called for the block there. It's going to be 2 shots coming off on the way here from Carly Freimeyer. She's already 4 of 4 on the evening from the free throw line, trying to go 6 of 6. Here's Freimeyer. And she misses the first of 2. You see a good play by Vistal. Looked like maybe that foot came down with the ball still in her hand. It'd be interesting to take another look at, but that's Kiara Glenn's, her 3rd foul. Freimeyer's 2nd free throw is good, giving her 11 points on the evening. Rich gets it past half court, uses the Wells screen. Here's Rich, fakes the pass, goes up, gets fouled. She's going to go to the line here for 2. Lexi Rich, you could hear the fans, maybe that was even the Lady Eagles bench, maybe wanting a double dribble here. Here you see, as I'm mentioning earlier, it's pretty close. The foot coming down out of bounds. It looked like the ball was still in her hand.
Yeah, it was.
Lexi Rich hits the first free throw. Second one on the way from Lexi Rich is up and good. Lexi Rich now with 8 points on the evening, 10 rebounds for Lexi Rich. Freimeyer leaves it for Vistal. Vistal for 3, no good. Rebound brought in by Johnson. And then Lexi Rich is going to get called for a foul. Don't think she agrees with that one. We'll take a look at it here.
No, it looked clean. Well, the slow motion replay will not lie.
And it looked like it's all ball. And Lexi Rich was prepared to get running there on offense. Under 4 left to play. Johnson's free throw up and good.
Well, she has 4 fouls, Lexi Rich does.
Second free throw from Johnson rattles around and falls, giving Johnson 11 points and 21 rebounds.
A little more pressure on the defensive end by this Lady Eagles team in a full court man-to-man high pressure press. They get nabbed for a foul.
Stahl gets her first foul of the evening.
Stahl's a good player, doing a lot of right things tonight. And other than, sometimes you just have a bad shooting night, and that's what's happened with the Lady Eagles as they've come into the Schaefer Center.
Kiara Glenn goes 2 of 2 from the line, or 1 of 2 from the line rather, that trip. 16 points on the night for Glenn, 4 assists rather, 2 rebounds for Glenn. Here are the Lady Eagles down 55-38. Vistal thought about the 3, decides to go against it, leaves it for Freimeyer. Freimeyer driving. Glenn is going to get called for another foul here. That's Glenn's 4th foul. Freimeyer just finds her way to the line time and time again. And Kiara Glenn not happy
Her 4th foul.
with that foul call. We'll get a good look at it here. There's Freimeyer driving.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. She's Kiara Glenn's a little bit out of position and just kind of dangly arms, not good vertical position. So can't blame the Stripes for calling that one.
That pass knocked out of bounds by Morley. SAGU keeps possession.
This is good pressure being applied by the Lady Eagles. Maybe a little too late, but maybe not. It's right on the edge of really making. I mean, you've got to get some things to go your way, like 2 or 3 steals, and then convert those into points. 15-point lead by the Lions with just 3 minutes and 36 seconds left.
There you see some updates across the Sooner Athletic Conference. MAC-U topples JBU 95-81. The Flying Queens flying right now against Central. And there you see the Oklahoma City Stars up on OPSU, 87-66, and it looks like they're about to dribble that one out. So that should be a 21-point victory for the Lady Stars.
And that's going to go against, that foul is going against Kenzie Martin. Looks like the ref said there's a little too much hand checking going on. So this is what we were talking about. You got to create some turnovers, but you got to go in and score. Like that move.
Freymeyer's going to go to the line again here. You see Freymeyer driving on Glenn.
Set her up. I like that. Glenn playing good defense right there. Little tough, maybe a ticky-tack call. That's a good vertical position all the way through.
The call's going to go against Dottie Diggles. That's Diggles' fourth foul. Looks like she got a hand in there towards the end. So Diggles with 4, Rich with 4, and Glenn with 4 fouls.
Don't turn your channel, ladies and gentlemen. There's 2. They're making it up. They're chipping away and have 3 very important Lady Lions in foul trouble.
And there's a 5-second violation. The Lady Lions turn it over again here, and they just cannot, they can't even get an inbound pass in right now.
Yep.
3.5 left to play. It's a 13-point game. SCU keeps getting to the line. Their scoring comes with the clock stopped, and that highly benefits.
There's a turnover on the inbounds pass.
Here Glenn up, misses the layup. Dottie Diggles there to clean it up. However, Dottie Diggles gets a much-needed basket for the Lady Lions.
Yeah, Diggles doing a little custodial duties underneath the basket.
Oh, what a pass. Jans gets the layup up, or rather
That's a
Morley.
great conversion, too.
Morley gets the pass from Vestal, and she converts the layup. Now another timeout here by SCU.
You're going to see the press get applied. So, yep, it was a timeout taken by the Lady Eagles, I believe. Can you confirm that, Adam?
I believe they pointed the direction of
okay.
SCU.
And possession arrow in favor of SAGU. That was a timeout by the Eagles, and that's right. So because they took the timeout, still full court ball and man-to-man pressure.
Alyssa Wells checks into the game and turns over the inbounds pass. Here's Morley for 3. She can't hit. Diggles with the rebound. Gets it to Glenn. Glenn now has to beat this tough full court press. Long pass, or rather gets broken up. Here's Vestal with the turnover. Vestal driving hard to the lane. Gets the layup to fall. 57-46, 11-point game. Here's Glenn with it. The Lady Lions just cannot figure out this full court press. Long pass ahead. Here's Diggles. Diggles has it. And you got to think they want to reset, kill some clock. Mackenzie Martin usually would see her shoot there. She's going to end up shooting. Second touch, gets it to fall. Mackenzie Martin
that
with a
was
huge three-pointer.
Huge for the Lady Lions. The Eagles are playing fantastic lights-out defense until then.
Johnson gets the layup up and in, and now a timeout by SCU, and another, I think, good timeout here because it avoids, or rather lets Coach Arthur draw up maybe some different defense here. The Lady Lions have cracked it maybe the last 2 possessions. And right there, John, I was thinking Mackenzie Martin passed up that first 3. You got to think maybe they want to take the rest of that maybe shot clock down.
Well, and I think the idea is there, Kenzie Martin's thinking in her head, okay, yeah, I could shoot this, but the smart thing is to run more clock off. Kiara Glenn trumps that because she's the floor general and says, no, young lady.
Shoot the ball.
You're 50%. We need it. Knock it down. And it of course, it fell down.
Lady Lions inbound, and here's Glenn trying to get around Vestal and Freymeyer. She gets it past half court. Glenn finds Bree Wells. Gets it to her sister, Alyssa Wells. She's going to drive baseline. Kicks it to Martin. Martin's going to take a 3 from the corner. Kenzie Martin with an air ball. Johnson with yet another rebound. Up ahead, here's Vestal. Don't want to foul here if you're the Lady Lions, and they do not. They do a good job of holding back, but it's a 12-point game right now. Here's Glenn, under 2 to play. Glenn splits the defense up ahead. Oh, and they're going to nab her for a travel there. Couldn't figure out or make up her mind with what she wanted to do.
And really, if you could have just thwarted that 1 3-point play from Kenzie Martin the possession before. This is a 9-point ball game.
Miss Stahl driving. The floater up, no good. Rebound brought in by Diggles, and Diggles is fouled by Johnson, I believe they're going to get for the foul. And Diggles is going to go to the line here for 2. Not the worst thing if you're the Eagles. If you want someone on the line, it probably is Dottie Diggles.
Yeah, at this point, with the people on the floor, I don't know. Dottie Diggles has a very good free throw form, very good shot. This is where I like her to shoot, even in the game, not just a free throw. And
Diggles,
that's why she's got good feel from that range.
Diggles hits the first free throw, making this a 61-50 game here late in the fourth quarter, rather. Diggles misses the second. Rebound brought in by Johnson. I believe that's her 24th rebound on the evening.
Good
Freimeyer
move.
driving, left-handed layup up and in. Freimeyer.
It's a 9-point ball game, just under a minute and a half.
Lexi Rich gets the pass into Wells. Wells barely brings it in, gets it back to Rich. Rich is going to drive, cut back into the middle of the court, leaves it for Wells. Gets it over to her sister Bree, back to Alyssa, over to Rich, and here the Lady Lions are going to kill clock. And Lexi Rich is going to get fouled there by Mackenzie Jans.
I think you got to foul a lot sooner. You let 20 seconds run off the clock. And at this point, Coach, you got to be thinking, let's get the clock stopped. We're making good push. Let's see if we can force them to miss from the free throw line, get the rebound, and we'll trade 2 for 1 for 9 more possessions, and we'll get it tied up.
Lexi Rich hits the first of 2 free throws here, looking for her 10th point of the night. Lexi Rich's second free throw up and good. Make that a double-double on the evening for Lexi Rich. 10 points.
And
10
take
rebounds.
your clipboard and your pen and that piece of paper on that clipboard and make a big, bold note. Do not foul Lexi Rich.
And up ahead, there's going to be a foul against the Lady Lions, and now going to the line again.
But this is the way you want to do it. You've got to use the clock and make the clock become your friend, and that's what the Lady Eagles are doing.
Parley Freimeyer goes 2 of 2 from the line that trip. Freimeyer,
got another timeout.
10 of 12 from the free throw line for Freimeyer. She's just done a good job of finding her way to the free throw line.
30-second timeout.
And I couldn't tell who was assessed. I think that was Coach Phillips that called that timeout.
Yep, Coach. The Lady Lions now down to 2 timeouts. They had 3.
Okay, and so ball should be inbounded at half court.
Look at Laura Johnson, 13 points, 23 rebounds.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
What a night for Laura Johnson, cleaning up the boards. 9-point ball game now, 63-54, and the Lady Lions, they do get the ball at half court here. Here's Lexi Rich. She gets the inbound pass. Still not fouling are the Lady Eagles. Letting a lot of time go off the clock here.
Yeah, you got to foul. You got to foul.
Rich.
You have them to give. I do not like the play. If you're still down quite a bit.
And they end up getting a turnover. Up ahead, here is Morley. Morley driving, stopping, and popping. No good. Rebound brought in by Wells. Here's Lexi Rich up ahead. Rich is going to get fouled, and now the Lady Eagles decide to foul, and Lexi Rich is going to go to the line here for 2.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Eagles really give their team a better opportunity to be in this ball game. You got to foul immediately.
Rich hits the first of 2 free throws. Second one on the way, puts the Lions up 10, 64 to 54. Misses the second free throw, and Johnson's going to get fouled. She's going to go to the line here. And like you said, this is how you want your scoring to come here. From the free throw line is ideal. No clock running, of course. Here you see Wells get called for the foul. Here is Johnson. First free throw on the way for Laura is up and good. Second free throw from Johnson up and good as well. 64-56. Timeout, Coach Phillips. They have one timeout left.
Timeout, SAGU. Full timeout. It's a full timeout.
John, what goes through the mind? Of course, SCU, the possession before for the Lady Lions, just no foul. They let almost 25 seconds go off the clock.
I don't know. I don't know what you're thinking because theoretically, let's just say you work it, you game it right, and you know you're going to get, you foul them, they're going to get 2 shots. You're hoping for at least 1 miss, or one. You're really hoping for, 2 misses. But let's just say it's a 50-50. And you're down 9, they only make 1 on each one of those possessions. That's 9 possessions that you got to have. You're not going to get 9 possessions by letting time click off the clock. I mean, it's just easy math there. You've got to foul. There's just no 2 ways about it.
Lady Lions, after the timeout, they get the ball in their own territory here. Mackenzie Martin to inbound it. Gets it to Lexi Rich. Rich pushed out of bounds. Almost goes flying into the stands. And if you're going to foul, that's how you want to do it. Quickly foul there at the end.
Go. And really, I don't know why more teams, more coaches don't do this, but this is what you do. You go have a conversation as a coach with the refereeing staff, and you say, hey, here's where we are, guys. We don't want anyone to get hurt. We're not trying to flagrantly foul anybody, but the fact is I've got to foul. Please be looking for any type of contact foul to happen just so that no one will get hurt. Don't make us have to foul them hard. Those kind of conversations with the referees go a very long way, and you try to make that happen before the ball actually gets inbounded. It's not illegal to create a foul before the ball is inbounded. You just don't want to get a flagrant. So, communicating with, making sure your team knows, obviously, and then making sure the referees know will go a long way in preserving that time on the clock, which is what you desperately need in situations like this.
Lexi Rich goes 2 of 2 from the line, making it a 10-point game once again, and then a timeout by SCU. So coming out of this timeout, they've got to get some quick offense going. Freimeyer has done the majority of the scoring here in the fourth quarter. She's got 16 on the night, and John, 10 of those coming from the free throw line. So she's done a good job of getting to the line and converting her opportunities.
Yep.
Inbounding it is Tully. Tully gets it to Freimeyer. Looks like they want to get it to her. Freimeyer kicks it out. Here's Vistal for 3. Air ball, no good. Johnson up and in. Alora Johnson, another rebound. Lexi Rich with it now. 13.5 left to go. And then a travel, looking for the foul on Martin, but she's going to get called for the travel there on the sidelines, and that is definitely not what you want if you're the Lady Lions.
That's right, and you're hoping for this as the defender to create something that quick. Very fortunate for the Eagles.
Freimeyer drives, no foul. Johnson with the rebound, up and back in. Alora Johnson cleaning up the glass. Another rebound. She's closing in on 30 rebounds, John. Here is Lexi Rich up ahead. No foul yet. Under 10 to play. And that's going to do it. The Lady Lions is going to dribble it out. And they're going to walk away with a 6-point victory, 66-50. The Lady Lions hang on to win this tough Southern Athletic Conference matchup.
Yeah, and Eagles, hats off, did a great job coming from 20 down with just about 4 minutes left in the game and creating a lot of positive momentum. So I think if you're coach of the Lady Eagles here, you walk away and remind them this is what we can do. We were down 20. We won the fourth quarter. One of the most important places to play and do well is the fourth quarter. That's when everybody is getting weaker. You begin to get stronger. So a lot of good positive talking points to their team. And there you see the game stats. The field goal percentage up slightly for both teams, a little more for the Lady Lions than in the first half, taking their 27% and turning it into 37%, which is tough to do. But shooting 25% in field goal, it just doesn't get the job done offensively in nearly any situation. So no surprise that you're going to walk away with a loss. But again, I think there's some good positives for the Lady Eagles to take away from this game.
Southwestern Christian is going to fall to 8-13, 4-11 in conference, and the Lady Lions improved to 10-12, 7-9 in conference. Let's hear from the player of the game. That is, of course, Kiera Glenn. She is with our courtside reporter, Kristen Urban. Kristen, down to you.
Thanks, Adam. Kiara, it was a very close first half. How was the team able to take and maintain the lead in the second?
I just feel like we maintained the lead. Like, we got into a big enough lead at the beginning for us to keep it like at the end. I feel like we just had it high enough at the beginning for us just to keep it at the end. Well, just playing good defense and stuff. The rest was really calling bogus fouls, but other than that, we kept it because we got high enough at the beginning and we was able to keep it at the end.
What was working for you tonight?
The driving, just driving in, getting the layups, getting fouls, shooting my free throws. I was really missing my free throws, but getting into the basket, driving to the basket.
Thanks, Kiara, and congratulations. Back to you, Adam.
Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Kiera. Congratulations on a win for the Lady Lions. Kiera, well-spoken, very intelligent basketball player. Always gives great insight both on and off camera when we get the chance to talk to her. Don't go anywhere. Game 2 of our doubleheader between Southwestern Christian University and your SAGU Lions coming your way right here on the SAGU Sports Network.
The story of SAGU is a 5,000-mile journey, beginning in Denmark with a boy named Peter. Peter immigrated to the United States with his parents when he was 4. As Peter grew up, he grew to love knowledge. He worked to put himself through college and seminary while supporting his family. And he was known to take an extra elective on top of every required course of study. By adulthood, he could read in 22 languages, with 2 of his favorites being Greek and Hebrew. His adult life was spent as a pastor. During his time at Third Baptist Church in Detroit, Peter was hit by an automobile while disembarking a streetcar. His knee was so badly injured that doctors discussed amputation. A small group